crud. So many things to do, so little time. What to do first, what to do next? Where did I put that? Where are my glasses? Oh wait, I don't wear glasses. I need a hand to hold that. Oh wait, I have hands.
Yeah, there are quite a lot of things on his head, so Sharp is kinda lost to the point of not knowing where to put his hands. So, if you excuse me for a moment... Stop!
What?
Discordant Harmony and Uncommon Bond. Episode Roundup. Now, enjoy, dear viewers!
Yeah, seems I have to make another roundup given that season 8 is coming up soon. At least this time it's only 2 episodes and both higher quality. Are those one of the best? Probably, those are pretty good. Let's take a look how good.
Make Fluttershy feel comfortable, make Fluttershy feel comfortable. Well, I mean, that shouldn't be a problem. Oh dear, that might be a problem.
Discord not being a trickster and having insecurities is pretty rare, to the point of unexpected, but it happened, and it's actually not out of character for him. After all, one thing that he cares the most is Fluttershy, and that's the thing that can cause him those insecurities pretty easy, to make her feel good and comfortable. So it's no surprise that when other ponies were raising their eyebrows over Discord being Fluttershy's friend, the seed of insecurities was easily planted and grew fast, thanks to his desire to make this tea party perfect. And so, in the process of, sometimes dangerous, shenanigans, he received an important lesson. We don't hang out with our friends because they are perfect match of us, because, quite frankly, mirror match of 2 people is almost impossible. Take me and Violet Bloom for example. In many ways both of us are quite similar, sometimes to the point of unexpected similarities. But in some ways we are also different, and that is absolutely fine and even needed. It works for both couples as well as friendships. We spend time with people and like them not for the fact they are like us, but also for the differences between us. In both cases, it's about looking beyond them and see the personality of other people that is the factor of getting along. Because if we would only look to befriend our perfect match, we would have to befriend our mirror copy, which is pretty much impossible. They are not 2 the same beings on this world. However, Discord's insecurities are actually relatable. For me, it hits pretty close home. I'm often afraid that I did or said something wrong that actually upsets my friends towards me. And often that fear holds until those friends casually talks with me again, but it still stays. Especially now when I'm in relationship, this is even stronger. Last thing I want to do is to upset someone I love by doing or saying something stupid. And probably I often exaggerate things, but on the other hand, having such fears means you truly care for someone, friend or lover. This is why I really know what Discord is feeling in this episode. And although he got the right idea at the beginning that he and Fluttershy gets each other, the desire of making the perfect tea party combined with disbelief of other ponies resulted in a good lesson for him. Although Discord was around for 4 seasons and 3 he was grasping the concept of friendship, it's still natural to still learn new things about it. After all, his circle of friends mostly consists Fluttershy and not on a daily basis, so him learning new things is also fine. Besides, Twilight had to learn similar lesson too back in Party Pooped, just on a bigger scale that almost caused war. We want to visit our friends to see them, not our mirror reflection. And this episode also shows that Discord still have few things to learn about friendship, but at the same time he also knows something about it. It was his idea to make a tea party at his place so Fluttershy could have a break. He was doing pretty good job with preparations, and even was ready to change everything to match Fluttershy's personality, everything for her. Which almost risked him vanishing, simply because he's a creature of pure chaos, so being not chaotic goes against his nature. That's an interesting allegory of being yourself, as well as some good insights on Discord. And of course, we also have Fluttershy trying to be chaotic and enjoy all of his craziness and wanting nothing more of him. If that's not getting each other, I don't know what is. This is pretty much an episode that, by showing nothing special, at the same time is very special. It's mostly due to the message it carries about liking someone because they are themselves instead of trying to be someone else. Moral like this is something both adults and children should know, that true friendship looks beyond differences and accepts someone for who he is. Just like here, it is also pretty neat to have even more insights on the relationship between Fluttershy and Discord, how well they know each other. If there's anything I could nitpick, it's the sales ponies. Is it really that hard to believe Fluttershy and Discord are friends? I mean, she is also friend with the main 5. But overall, great episode, maybe even one of the best. How long we've been waiting to see something more about Sunburst and Starlight's relationship? At this point, almost 2 seasons without 2 episodes. But better late than never, we finally got it. And of course, it went with predictable path. But is it a bad thing in this case? That would depend on the point of view on that episode. It doesn't hurt me in this case, but some might complain about cliché formula. However, sometimes you need to repeat the lesson to actually understand it. And I think in this case it is worth forgiving for that. After all, in return we actually have some development from Sunburst. Finally! Ever since the QD remark and the cross-link we knew little to none about him. Now at least we have something more besides the bookworm fact. He likes to dig the antiques and know old pony languages. He knows a thing or two about stage magic and quite a lot about geology. And that his baggage is bigger than rarities, but I digress. We knew before that he is quite an intelligent stallion, but now we see even more how vast his knowledge is. However, this came in cost of him basically becoming Flash Sentry 2.0, aka New Waifu Stealer, as probably many in the community now calls him. All thanks to the fact we get those informations about him because Sunburst was hanging out with Starlight's friend most of the time instead of Starlight herself. And I would say, as much as he probably was wrapped in excitement, he also came there to visit Starlight, not her friend. Meeting them in the process would be fine as long as he would not spend more time with them, which he unfortunately did. As much as he was initially aware that Starlight might be a little bored, more he was wrapped up in excitement, more he was ignoring her to the point of ditching. Not cool move, dude. No wonder Starlight was full of insecurities to the point of making that spell to bring both of them back to their fallhood times. Surprisingly, it didn't backfire. But I can't blame her. She wanted to finally spend some time with her best friend, but instead he spent most of the time with others than with her. Not to mention everything Sunburst was doing wasn't very interesting for Starlight. By that we received similar lesson to the one from Forever Philly, this time however in context of relationship between 2, now grown up, childhood friends.
Speaking of relationships...
Where are you going?
Somewhere. You better go back to the review.
Oh, right. Anyways, this moral can work for children, but mostly for adults. How many of us have experienced that? Having a childhood friend we were getting along with, then got separated, and when trying to reunite, it turns out our old friend is now not who we knew. I've experienced that myself, sometimes in an unpleasant way. We sometimes forget that people grow up and change in the process. Some aspects of our personality might stay, but for the most part our interest might change as well. And we can't do anything with it besides moving on. We can't recreate the childhood times, but we can try and rebuild our friendship. Just because we grew up doesn't mean we don't have anything in common anymore. And just like in this episode, as long as we are enjoying each other's company, it shouldn't matter how many interests we share. And that is a really strong message, making this episode pretty strong as well. Yes, it went with a cliché route. Yes, I have some complaints about Sunburst. But in return we have quite a lot of development for him and even some for Starlight and her friends. And of course the moral, which is good enough to hold its quality. On its own, it's a quite an adorable episode that made better job in keeping my interest than some I reviewed before. So even though it seems like nothing special, I still think it's one of the better episodes of this season. Plus that foreshadow of season finale. And that concludes this roundup of relationship episodes. Maybe they are not the best, but definitely one of the better of this season. Maybe even top 5 material. So, as for the rest of this season, I'm gonna make one more review and then go to the top and bottom 5. For the rest of the episodes, I have for now other plans. You will see them in the right time, meaning that after episode ranking, it's onward to season 8. In the meantime, I'm Sharpwit, thanks for